time for Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys.
Forgive us, Father, for we are about to sin and be very naughty boys.
Oh, hey, so Jeff, real
Yes.
quick before you get into it,
Go ahead.
I finally got a hold of the truff hot sauce.
Oh, the truffle shit?
Yeah,
Oh, God, how is it?
it's fucking amazing.
I want to try.
What Scoville is it?
I don't know what the Scoville level is, but let me tell you, like, yeah, it's got a lot of flavor, but because it's truffle, obviously.
Yeah.
But I was like, these fuckers probably are like kind of leaning more into like the truff. It probably tastes like probably like Cholula with a level of
I mean, that's what I was expecting.
no, it's got good heat.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's not gonna blow your socks off, but I mean, it's like it really does kind of like
blow my socks off, you know?
it really. Oh yeah, no, and it won't. Even the hottest one won't blow your socks off. It very
That
much
sounds
is
awesome.
an
to me.
addition of heat and flavor.
I'm fucking excited.
I got the white one,
Really?
the
That's
super
racist.
expensive like $30
Yeah, white
hot
truffle.
sauce.
I mean, it's a white truffle.
It's amazing.
That's it. That ain't shit to fuck with. But okay, so my question for my non-everyone here question. I'm assuming we're all familiar with Aokigahara, right?
What?
Aokigahara, the suicide forest.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Are we going to
Alright.
go there and film a dead body?
Oh no.
No, we're not going to be that piece of shit.
I want to get
But-
canceled.
But the most shocking thing about all of that to me was that his girlfriend was Chloe Bennett, and I was like, "Wow, I thought she had better taste and nor judgment."
Who's Chloe Bennett?
Sky from Agents of Shield.
Oh. Yeah. What? So what's the deal? What happened?
Oh, she was dating Logan Paul when he went to Suicide Forest,
That's
killed a dead
right.
body, and then laughed about it. Which I get that gallows humor is a thing. When I'm uncomfortable, I laugh.
Mhm.
But don't put it on the internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Mark, take note
agreed.
of that.
would you guys ever go into the Suicide Forest? Like on a tour? Like, walking the paths?
Oh. Yeah, I guess I'd just go to tour it. I wouldn't go for other reasons while I'm there or anything.
Well, that's good. but so without Mark's sad, life story.
Brandon, did we lose you?
No, I'm here. I'm legitimately trying to take it. I'm trying to give like a thoughtful, like true answer.
Ah.
Okay. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
See, I think
If,
I would
like-
do it if it was a part of like a Mount Fuji tour.
Sure.
it's-
No, I'm like,
It's
here's the thing.
forest
Here's the
around Mount
thing.
Fuji.
Here's the thing. I don't
Or-
know, like, and this, all right, so this is interesting because in a way, this loosely is kind of based around kind of like my question that I'm going to bring up.
Do it.
So this idea of, like, I don't necessarily believe in like everything magic related,
Right.
like, but much like with, but also at the same time, like, I feel the same way about the Bible, but I believe that there are important things to take away from both and like the lessons that are there to teach you things. Obviously the 10 Commandments and stuff are, like, hey, don't murder somebody. Don't be a home wrecker,
Oh.
I hear that's okay.
Yeah, don't divorce. Sorry, Mark.
Fuck off. Don't act like I had a say in the matter. That wasn't me that did the divorce.
No, I mean, come on. You're in a much better place than you
Oh,
were.
for sure. For shizzle.
Like, I don't care if it was your idea or not. I mean, I'd say you're the one that benefited the best.
Agreed.
I mean, yeah. like I was thinking about it. This is the most me I've felt in a long fucking time.
Yeah,
And I'm not even
I would argue that the you people got when you were like here wasn't you.
no. Well, not
There
even just
were
that. Like
we got glimmers of
I'm
it.
not even talking about like married Mark. I'm talking about like fucking like as soon as I graduated high school, I went straight to the military. I wasn't the same as I was in high school in the military. And
True.
now I'm pretty much the same Mark as I was when I was in high school, just with a bigger never mind.
Perversion?
I was going to say penis, but the word got stuck in my throat.
Oh yeah, like
Just like my dick.
I saw it coming and I was like, I could say it first, but oh
oh.
fuck.
Okay, so am I
But
the only one that's going through suicide forest?
no, I'll go with you.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
on board
that
100%.
But no. Here's the thing.
'Cause I have
I believe
to the same question.
and because let me finish. Like I'm gonna finish my point. I was gonna finish my point before Mark cut me. Before he started making fun of Mark, and then he started making it about himself again.
Fuck you. Fuck. Everyone's being so mean to me lately.
Well, I mean, to be honest, Mark, we kind of follow your cue on that one.
No. Not even just you guys. Like my whole fucking family this weekend. Even my
Well, I
fucking,
mean, come on, your family's always been that way.
but my 13 or my 14-year-old nephew finally caught on to like, oh, everybody makes fun of Mark. Let's all just make fun of Mark more. So that
That's
sucked.
a bad idea for a 13-year-old to do because
That fucking sucked.
make fun of them.
Oh, yeah. But I'm not an asshole.
Eh,
Mm,
to quote Hot Tub Time Machine, but he's our asshole.
yeah.
Right.
I'm your gaping assholes.
So Brandon.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
what I was gonna say in regards to the suicide forest, or really any place of
Bible. Gotcha.
that magnitude, I believe that those places carry a certain weight to them because I do believe that there is a reason why, like, that place is known for what it is.
Right.
I don't know if it may necessarily be something as far as like an energy that carries, but I do believe in the sense of like, for instance, like I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I do believe that locations can carry such trauma and damage that there are snapshots that are left behind as
Okay.
far as like energy or like, that kind of sense.
Buckle up for for moonrise with the spooky boys, guys.
Yeah, right.
It's like the energy replaying itself. It's not like the person trapped.
Right,
Right.
exactly. It's essentially like how like I think of it very much in like the sense of like a vinyl record. It's not like it really is kind of like there was this thing that happened and then it got cut into a groove, except the groove is more like a time and place kind of deal. And
So, I think you'd agree with a good way I've heard it is imagine a ghost or a phantom or whatever the fuck you want to call it as like a footprint in concrete. It's the person that made that is completely and utterly gone.
right.
But
There's still a remnants. There's a marking that showed it was there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's very much how I look at it. And so
that force is one big footprint, huh?
I think as far as like and there are other places I'm sure, I view
The Golden Gate Bridge.
huh?
Evidently, the Golden Gate Bridge is one of the biggest. It's one of the most common places to go kill yourself.
Have you ever seen the documentary called The Bridge?
No. Have you ever heard the Kyle Kinane joke about it?
No. Wait, maybe I have.
You watched The Bridge and how it's a documentary about them catching the people who jump off. Well, not necessarily catching them, but
Right, but they're documented.
And he points out how like not one of them like wore a cape.
Oh,
Or...
I feel like when you're in the mood to kill yourself, you're not exactly thinking like, I want this to look really cool.
That's his whole argument is
It's
he's
more
like,
in the sense of, I kind of just want this to end.
it's a selfish thing you're doing. Let your family have a little bit of wonder at the end. Like maybe, flippers and a floaty and a snorkel.
That's kind of fucked up.
I would
If
love
that's
to have a
that way,
parachute that would like like go out with a parachute, but then
just like
like
put an animal
deploy
in
it.
it like a cartoon.
Yeah,
My
but like
favorite is
deploy it, but then like something comes out, but the parachute just like there was nothing attached to it. It was just ropes.
or like an umbrella, like Sapphire.
No,
Alright.
but see, here's the thing, because here's the thing that concerns me about doing stuff like that with like an umbrella. I mean, obviously, like the downforce is going to be enough. It's like this isn't going to like slow you down, but there are people that do survive jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun.
Right. And so the thing about the documentary, The Bridge, um, it is really just, um, it is a time lapse of people just killing themselves.
Yeah, I don't want that. I'm good without that.
But
Exact same
they
reason why
do find there are parts from people that jumped off the bridge that survived, and they tell their side of their thoughts immediately jump after jumping.
Yeah, I'm
and
good.
and uh and it all of like for everybody that survived that jumped, their thoughts are everybody's immediate thoughts are regret.
I mean,
Just like,
that's what I've heard from anyone that's ever survived a suicide.
yeah,
And not
absolutely.
like I go and talk to them all the time, but like I've heard reports of that sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's a common thing now. The granted, there are people that's not always the case.
Well, that's actually someone's job is speaking of suicide and surviving and everything. There's someone's job to go through the suicide forest and mainly dissuade people, but
Oh
also
yeah.
to bark and clean up the corpses.
That's fucking morbid.
I
It's a rough
mean, look, I
job.
mean, yeah, it's a rough fucking job, but I mean, it's the same thing as like a crime scene investigator or like a
Coast
um
Guardsman.
anybody yeah, I mean, yeah, that's something you see a lot, like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
um
So
or anybody that works for
shit,
like a morgue or like a coroner's office or whatnot. I mean,
that's not a job I would ever be able to do, let alone want to.
yeah, no, fuck that.
Okay, so my question was whether or not you guys would do like a guided tour. Would you ever
Yeah,
do a
Man,
no, I'm
fuck yeah.
definitely into it. I'll do it.
or would you ever go off the path?
Yes.
Um, I that's kind of all right. So this is kind of my thing. This is where I have a problem with going off the path. That forest is known for that for a reason. And people who go there, now grant like, not everybody that goes to that forest, because this is like a national park kind of deal.
Absolutely is. It's supposed to have 5 of the most beautiful lakes in Japan
Right.
surrounding it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, not everybody that goes there is obviously going to kill themselves. But so anyways, like I just, I don't, like going back to this idea of places that have damage and like these residual energies and stuff behind them. I believe it is in my best interest. Um, not just from like if I go off the beaten path, I could see a body and I don't know what that could do to me. It's more in the sense of me doing that isn't going to, it's not going to better myself.
Sure.
Um, it's not like, I feel like you do something like that, you're asking for trouble. Um, And I personally am of the mindset that if somebody is just at the point
So I guess
where they want,
because here's the only reason why I could see someone doing it not asking for trouble.
okay.
Would you ever go to like a purportedly very haunted house?
I mean, here's the thing that I have about haunted houses or hotels. I have absolutely stayed in hotels that are reportedly extremely haunted.
Driscoll.
There's a Driscoll. There's the Mount Washington Hotel up in New Hampshire I'd stayed at.
Is that the one that inspired Stephen King for The Shining?
No, that's not the one. That's somewhere. So here's the thing. You pull up to, you know what? Let me see if I can fucking find it, because maybe it is. So it might have been the one that inspired it, but it's obviously not the one that they filmed at.
The one they filmed at's in Colorado, but
Right.
I believe the one.
So,
I know that the one that inspired it's in New England. I thought it was. I'm fairly certain I'm wrong, and it was actually Maine. So.
I mean, you're gonna see this place, and you're absolutely gonna be like, "Oh shit."
Ghost girl in the window.
Because that's what it did to me when I first saw it. I was like, did Stephen King stay here a lot? Kind of. It's beautiful. It's immaculate. It looks like something out of like European mountainside. Like, I mean, it is incredible. It's one of the most amazing hotels I've ever stayed at in my entire life.
Holy shit. That place has got so many ghosts. You know how many died making that place? Fuck. It's like the bodies in the wall of the Great Wall. Fuck.
Yeah, so I mean, it's an amazing, amazing place. It's absolutely beautiful, especially inside. But I mean, so we get there and we're chilling out in the lobby, and I'm hanging out with my aunt, and we're just kind of like just sitting there in the lobby listening to this amazing piano player. And all of a sudden I start seeing like groups of people walk by. I'm like, all right, cool. That seems really nice. Like, you know, cool. They're doing like little history lessons and stuff. And I look over at my aunt and I'm like, hey, what do you think they're like going and doing? And my aunt goes, oh, they're doing their ghost tours. And I'm like, excuse me? And she's like, oh yeah, you didn't know. She's like, oh yeah, you didn't know this this hotel is historically very haunted.
You're staying in a room that 18 people killed themselves in one night.
Oh, so no, we were staying on the floor that is reported to have the most ghost activity. And I distinctly remember waking up and hearing, so I mean, now granted, these walls are not thin in this place, like at all. The walls are not thin. The walls are not thin. And
so yeah, I mean that's when like they didn't know about drywall. It was literally wood.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so I remember waking up and I heard music and I was like, it's 4 a.m. There's no reason there should be anybody playing music like right now. And I remember walking out into the hallway and I didn't hear music.
Yeah,
and then I walked back into my room and I was like, all right, I'm just, you know, I'm sure somebody was just walking by, some maintenance person was walking by and they were playing music or something, no biggie. And then I lay back in the bed and all of a sudden it starts going again. And of course my immediate reaction is, one of my family members is fucking with me and I don't find it funny.
Of course.
And I literally go and like, I don't wake anybody up because my family is also one of those types of family that if you wake somebody up, they get really pissed off.
I think that's so. I don't people in general, man.
Yes, right. And so I don't wake anybody up. I just go and check each individual person. Like, are you fucking awake?
And
What's
you open the door and your little brother's just beaten off.
This is so many years ago, Mark, that Nicholas was like 5. I don't even know if he was there with us.
Sorry, Jeff, you were saying?
I said, so you decide you're not going to wake them up. Instead, you're going to be super duper creepy and just stare at them in their sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that scene from Twilight.
Never seen
but
that.
so I was like, all right, you know what? I don't think anybody's messing with me.
Well, no one alive.
And well, right. And so immediately I'm like, okay, if there's something spooky going on and this is like a ghost's way of messing with me, I'm okay with it. Like that's fine. If that's what you want to do, you do it. Like, and I went back to bed. It's just like I'm not my problem. I've done nothing to you.
And at
Like
about 6 a.m., Brandon woke up to the feeling of his anus widening and narrowing and widening and narrowing. And he didn't know why.
And he didn't know it, but Mark was there with him already.
No,
Oh, no.
the ghost was butt fucking him.
Yeah. Thank you, Mark. So, Mark, this question started because I asked, would you ever go to the Sea of Trees and go off of the path?
Oh, I was there for that. Yeah, I'd hands down be.
I said absolutely. All right, so then the last question. Would either of you ever stay the night in the Sea of Trees?
Fuck no.
Forest.
Well, hold on. What's that like?
Well, it's the part of the rumor is if you stay in there overnight, you never leave.
Well, at least it's a beautiful
Because
forest.
you find that really nice cabin and you get to live there rent free. So why would you leave?
Oh yeah, game show.
Anyway,
I need to go back to this goddamn hotel because I wasn't old enough to go.
is this the hotel from The Shining?
So I believe this isn't the hotel from The Shining, the movie, but I think Jeff and I think this is what inspired him.
Oh, okay.
Because the guest who supposedly haunts the hotel haunts room 314.
Isn't that the one from the movie?
I believe so.
So real quick, I just want to get this out since I had mentioned it a couple of seconds ago. Twilight. I'm gonna go ahead and say and admit that I liked that movie.
That's fine. You can be wrong.
Okay.
But no, here's the thing. I'm okay with the fact that I liked that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Brandon, carry on.
In the world, so that
But so anyways, I was saying that I really want to go back to this hotel because I just saw what their bar looks like and it is
is Jack Nicholson
so dope.
at it?
Huh?
Is Jack Nicholson constantly sitting at it?
No, look, this is what it looks like. Look at that fucking bar.
Oh,
Oh
geez.
shit! Yep.
Looks like a German brewery.
Looks like the bar from the Office the day before Jim and Pam's wedding.
Oh, kind of, yeah.
Hmm.
Supposed to be in Niagara Falls, so I guess it makes sense.
Well, that's not near Niagara Falls.
I mean, come on, it's all up in Northeast. It counts.
No.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's not how that works.
So
I would just had to point out that anything Mark sends us usually is cartoon tits, and I'm just sitting here sending pictures of a place I went to.
should the sunrise with the moonrise with the Sleepy Boys start going to purportedly haunted places and filming ourselves getting freaked the fuck out?
But it's actually just us freaking each other out.
Oh,
yeah,
100%.
I mean, that's exactly what it would be.
Hold on.
Those are
So what's the Sea of Trees is what you said?
The nice name of it is the Sea of Trees. The true name of it is Aokigahara, and then we call it Suicide Forest.
Right.
As known as
I
the Sea
just
of-
was I was kind of curious. I'm kind of curious before we move too far on. Oh, also, did you know that "Sea of Trees" was a song by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard?
Didn't you
'cause
know
I
that like half
that's
the
it.
band members died?
Shut the fuck up. Um,
Wizard lizard.
King
Mark, what do you?
Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. The Suicide Forest, one of the world's most used suicide sites. I'm just kind of curious as to like what started this.
That's the thing. Purportedly, like it's not actually known, but it's just like
Oh my God. In 2003, 105 bodies were found in the forest,
yeah,
exceeding
dude.
the previous record of 78 in 2002.
Well,
Holy
In
the
shit.
2010, in 2010, the police recorded more than 200 people having attempted suicide in the forest, of whom 54 completed the act.
well, Japan itself.
Suicides are said to increase during March, the end of the fiscal year in Japan.
So yeah, the thing is, first off, like still having the whole like honor is so important thing. Like like it's the Japanese, the not the Japanese. Well, yes, the Japanese, but like the samurai and stuff like with the idea of Bushido.
For
Uh,
sure.
they had harakiri, which was the
Uh-huh.
ritual killing after you lost your honor.
I thought it
Sure.
was
That's
seppuku.
considered like seppuku is another term for it.
Okay.
And the thing is, like, that's still a very serious, real thing in Japanese culture. To the point where
So, oh, go
Japanese
ahead.
Japanese buildings that they have suicide nets around them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's a real thing there. So there's that. But then also they've reported that another big issue is, frankly, like Japanese youths feeling incredibly, they're feeling incredibly isolated, incredibly separated from society and their peers to the point where, I mean, like, there's now you can get a studio apartment and live there because you literally do nothing but play video games all day.
Right.
Like it's like the youth of Japan are having a serious issue, but then also they, interestingly enough, are having a very well, at least when I was in college, there was a very serious issue of an increase of crime amongst the elderly in Japan, which can be taken for a bunch of reasons, not the least of which just being that Japan has one of the highest life expectancies. So the people who were in, interestingly enough, they're not called yakuza anymore. They're called boryokudens. But the people who are in those literally just like kind of aging out into dope ass adults, grandparents.
Oh, I gotcha. So it's just like
So
badass old people that are like, I've seen some shit,
getting
kid.
arrested because they're still doing that shit.
So
So
what I also
um,
found interesting is this Wikipedia article also says as of 2011, um, so they found that the most, obviously it being a forest, the most common is of hanging, but also drug overdose.
Yeah,
And that as of recent, local officials have stopped publicizing the numbers
I think
well,
that's really
yeah, that's
to
ridiculous.
hopefully decrease the number
well.
of people committing suicide there.
What makes
So
of
the
thinking about getting proper help, you're sitting there about how, oh man, I could be glorified like everyone else, you know?
sure. Um, so the other thing that but I was going to read this line. The rate of suicide has led officials to place a sign at the fort's entry, urging suicidal visitors to seek help and not take their own lives. Annual body searches have been conducted by police volunteers and journalists since 1970.
I
The
want to hear something
site's
else.
popularity has been attributed to I am going to try to say this person's name.
If you want to copy and paste it, I can probably say it.
Seiko Matsumoto,
Take
Oh,
19,
Yuko Matsumoto.
1961's novel Naminoto, which means Tower of Waves. And I'm sure I'm butchering all this stuff. I'm really trying to do my best. However, the history of suicide predates the novel's publication, and the place has long been associated with death.
Yeah.
Ubasati, Ubasute.
My new favorite thing is listening to Brandon try and pronounce Japanese things.
Shut up.
You said AST or AT, AST or ATS?
Asute.
Ubasti.
Okay. Hold on. It was saying that act may have been practiced there into the 19th century.
Interesting.
But, so it's the supposed rare old practice of sinicide in Japan where, oh no.
Uh-oh. This
Oh
could be bad.
no. It's where somebody takes an elderly relative, carries them into like a mountain or a remote desolate place and just leaves them to die.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, you're saying that's horrible, but I mean, the I don't know if it's I don't know how factual it is, but the story of the Eskimos pushing their elderly out on an ice block. Dude, people have done that all. I mean, shit. Have you seen the movie Midsummer?
Have you seen
It's been a long time.
Have you seen that Hulu series Vikings or Netflix series or whatever it was?
You ever seen the movie Space Cowboys?
You ever been in a Turkish man's prison?
Mark, well done. Interestingly enough, the signs at the front also, a lot of them have started saying, think about your family.
So before we move too far away from old people, I talked to a 102-year-old woman today.
Oh yeah, when you guys
Okay, and how did you make her life more miserable?
I want you to. But I'm gonna humble brag here for a second here.
Yeah.
I was rated one of the top performers in the business this week or this last month.
Mark, you can't talk about your sex work on this podcast.
Fuck you. I didn't say it was sex work. You said it was sex work. You fuck.
Sex work is real.
But yes, I was
yes,
voted.
You're right, Jeff. It is real.
By the way, I actually do think sex work is real work. I don't think Mark's sex work is real work.
Oh no, I agree with you.
I just lay there like a plastic fuck doll.
Oh, come on. Plastic fuck dolls are way more engaging.
Yeah, come on. Also, they're not plastic. They're silicone. Get it right.
No. I'm like a plastic fuck doll. I don't.
Oh, you're like a tarp.
It's like
Mark's also just sitting there making squeaky noises with his mouth. That's not the kind of squeaky noises I was referencing. That's way creepier.
The squeaky noise Mark just made is like if someone made a plastic fuck doll Mickey.
No, that's if somebody made a plastic fuck doll of the Pillsbury Doughboy.
So
I got another hole for you.
Are we going to go to haunted places and try and scare each other? But in reality, we all just try and scare Key and not tell him.
I think, oh my God.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up, man.
I'm about it. Let's do it.
No, so I thought it would be fun. And I got this idea from the Sea of Trees. So there is a movie with Matthew McConaughey by Sea of Trees. And it was done in 2016. It's a horror film, and I think we should go to places and watch whatever horror films are based off of that place and see who gets freaked out the most.
I would like that a lot. There's another horror movie called The Forest. I don't remember when it came out, It's one of the chicks from Game of Thrones. One
Oh, yeah. Sorry. So the 2015 movie is Sea of Trees with Matthew McConaughey, Ken Watanabe, which I immediately want to watch because I love him.
Love him.
And Naomi Watts, which tells a story about the forest. The 2016 movie is called The Forest and tells a horror story that takes place in the forest.
Yep, I'm in.
Hold on. I want to see. Oh, that's a badass poster. Holy shit. Oh my God. I'm reading the plot to this movie, The Forest, Jeff, and this is creepy.
Yeah, I've got it.
I'm into it.
It's good.
I'm interested. Twin sister that she can feel and thinks that she can feel that she's killed herself.
Not the way you're thinking, Mark.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah, I was planning on saying that before he said kill himself. I was planning on saying that after he said twin sister she can feel.
I'm into this.
That's good stuff.
I'm into this. This seems like the kind of horror film that I'd be into.
Film.
Also,
dude,
speaking of which, I like horror films that have like a psychological twist to them, where there's like a lot of like psychological exploration. I believe one of the ones that I really liked, I can't say that it was particularly like it wasn't a great movie, but I sure did like it. Was the Daniel Craig film The House?
I'm not familiar with it.
Let me see. Maybe it was called The House. Hold on.
The House.
Let me see what it's called. It's called Dream House with Daniel Craig.
Okay.
It's a psychological thriller, and the whole purpose of Daniel Craig goes to this house, and there are like spirits and things that occupy the house, and the husband supposedly killed the family that lived there.
Were they talking shit?
Well, it turns out that it's Daniel Craig.
Oh, of course.
He's the dad who supposedly killed his family. But it ends up going in a little extra that it wasn't that simple. It was somebody was like out to get him, kind of.
Oh, I like that better.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
So if you're looking for a good psychological fuck with your head, the one I just shared, The Perfect Host, it is super duper fucked up, and one of the main characters is the guy that plays Niles from Frasier, and he's
hell yeah, I'm into that.
He is so good at it.
Hey guys, if you just can't get enough of Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at SR Sleepy Boys. Or you can check out our YouTube channel, Sunrise with the Sleepy Boys. You can also find us on Spotify, Radio Public, Anchor, Breaker Radio, and coming soon, Apple Podcasts.